Hey everyone, Rob Folgia with Folgia Properties at Keller Williams Realty here in Nashville. And we're coming to you live today because it is now November. It is the first Friday of the month. It's November 4th. And so we're coming to you live to see how's the market basically. It's a new month. Let's check it out and see how things are looking. Before we even look, I saw this meme the other day and I wanted to start off and share it with y'all just because I think it'll make sense by the end of this video. And credit to the broke agent on Instagram and Facebook here, where they said it's a weird time in real estate right now, that buyers are acting like it's 2008, sellers acting like it's 2021. It's funny that, yeah, the agents think it's best way is by pointing like it's TikTok. But anyway, that's beside the point. What I really want to focus on is that first part, that buyers acting like it's 2008, sellers acting like it's 2021, because just like most discrepancies, conflicts, whatever you want to call it, the answer of how does the market look like what does the market look like, it lies in the middle of those two things. It's not 2008, it's not 2021, it's not early 2022. So how's the market? Let's take a look. And before we even do, I want to just put things into perspective early on in the video, because I know our economy, we're in some sort of a recession right now. And I know most home buyers, when they hear the word recession, they think of what happened most recently, like the great, I think they called it the Great Recession back in 2008, where we saw home values drop by close to 20%. Guys, that is an anomaly. You can see the last six recessions, going back all the way to 1980. That was by far the biggest drop we saw. And in fact, real estate values only dropped one other time in these last six recessions. Just throwing this out there because just back to this meme, buyers acting like it's 2008. Well, it's not 2008. We're not seeing values drop by 20%, even with the rate hike that we've seen recently. And there's a lot of factors that we could hypothesize around that. Things like, is it because of homeowners having their 3% rates on their primary that they don't want to trade for a 7% rate on a primary? Is it just the lack of inventory that's out there? There's a lot of factors that play into it. However, I wanted to share this number with all the potential home buyers, everyone who's saying they want to time the market, they're waiting for values to go down. Guys, there's no data yet that shows that values are going down. In fact, let's take a look at some of this data right now. I just have Davidson County pulled up, and let's just look at the median sales price. So again, this is Davidson County, Nashville's county. You can see the median sales price for last month was $465. That was up 16.3% year over year. That is still a tremendous increase. If you're looking at one thing that I'd love to check out, and that's months of supply. Months of supply is what measures, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market? And in fact, just a good visual for that, as you can see, while it doesn't show 2008 on this graph, 2009, this was a buyer's market, 10 months of supply. 11 months in 2011 until it started to come back down. And it's been a seller's market ever since. 6 months is that buyer's market. So again, coming out of the last recession, very much a buyer's market. We're nowhere near that right now. In fact, this is still a very solid and a very strong seller's market. We'll zoom back in just so you can see exactly what I mean. 2.5 months of supply, that is short supply. While it might not be what we experienced in, say, February, where it was 1.5 months of supply, I mean, gosh, that was the lowest we'd ever seen, and probably hopefully we'll ever see, because that was a market that was unlike any other. What I am seeing here that's an interesting trend line, though, if you notice, and I'm just going to look at the 5-year trend so you can see. Typically, months of supply kind of runs like a bell curve. We didn't see it last year. Part of that just because of the inventory shortage that we've been experiencing. However, typically months of supply runs like a bell curve. So just look at even 2020, the first year of the pandemic. You can see January, whenever it refreshes here you go, January, 3.4 months of supply. It kind of peaked in the summertime, June, July, all the way up to 4.6, came back down to 3.4 in December. So you can even see that even though inventory was higher in September, October, the absorption rate, the months of supply was higher. It came back down toward the end of the year because less people put their homes on the market in the winter. It just is what it is. That's what we've historically seen, and you can see that. Just to pick a year here, 2017, same thing. January, 2.5 months of supply. October, 3.3 months. So again, it was a little bit higher. Same type of trend that we're seeing here. January, 1.7. October, 2.5. I would predict that we're probably going to see a very similar bell curve to what we're seeing right here to close out 2022. 2023, all bets are off. We don't know what that's going to look like. We don't know what rates are going to look like. Just though what we're seeing in terms of the amount of homes for sale that are out there, how many are selling, it's probably going to look like that. So again, this is not that 2008 market. This is not values going down 20%. In fact, again, just to show you the median sales price, guys, I mean, this is not 2008. Now, at the same time, I will say this, it's not 2021. So like, just to give you an example, 2021 was really a strange year for inventory. So just take a look at the amount of homes for sale in Davidson County in 2021. It never really got that bell curve. The bell curve never really had a peak. You can see it kind of peaked in April and then just never really rose again and just kept crashing, kept going down. This year, we're kind of seeing that bell curve peaking in July, just like right here, peaking in July and August. So my point of saying that is if you're comparing the market today, 3,136 homes for sale to the market of 6 months ago, just say of April, 2,600 homes for sale. There are more homes for sale, but that's normal. Again, so that's normal. At the same time, this is not 2021. The amount of demand out there is not 2021. It's not earlier this year as well. I mean, you can measure demand in months of supply, 2.5 months again to April, less than 2 months, basically. It's not the same thing that's out there. And to me, a big reason for that are mortgage rates. They dipped under 7%. Now you can see that here on the Freddie Mac website, but they dipped all the way down to 6.95%. So basically 7. And I just wanted to share that with y'all because the reality is nobody knows what rates are going to do. I mean, I had an industry mortgage professional who I trust tell me earlier this year when rates started climbing, it was probably somewhere around here, just looking at the blue line, somewhere in the mid to high 5s, maybe even low 6s, where she told me that she thought, rates are going to go back down this year. And here we are, they're up to 7. I mean, they're at like a 20-year high somewhere along those lines. My point in sharing that is nobody knows. And that's no disrespect to her. That's why I'm not sharing her name, because it happens. I mean, we hear one thing from one person and we try to predict what's going to happen. Guys, that's why I'm not trying to do that. I'm just simply wanting to inform y'all what we're seeing in the market, because the reality is if you're a home buyer and you're expecting this, all signs are showing, and again, I don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes, let alone 5 months. And yet at the same time, all values are holding tight right now. There's nothing that shows we're heading toward anything like 2008. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see anything like 1991 either. We're probably going to see another 2020 here of values going up a few percentage points. In fact, historically, real estate matures at about a 3 to 4% rate per year every single year. And so if you're a home buyer and you're waiting for this, you're going to be waiting for a while, it looks like. And best advice I can give y'all is whether you're concerned about a 7% rate, whether you're concerned about buying high like some people did in 2006 and 2007, guys, the reality is this: if real estate is a long-term investment, it must be looked at that way. If you're looking at your house like, hey, I'm going to live there for 12 months and I'm going to sell and move again, don't buy. Honestly, probably should never buy, because in that instance, if you're going to move every 6 months and sell and buy, the reality is real estate can be very on the short term. There can be hiccups, just like we're seeing with rates right now. And yet at the same time, historically, everything is in a good spot with it. And so I'm just trying to share all this to say, if you're on the fence about buying a home because you're concerned about rates, if you're concerned about values long term, there's nothing showing that we're heading toward a housing market crash. I'm just saying that. The only thing that we are seeing, honestly, is just almost, I don't want to say stalling out, but that's probably the best way to put it. When we're still seeing new listings being, year over year, 20% less in Davidson County for month over month for the amount of new listings that are out there. That's going to continue to cause low supply. And it's almost like it's stuttering, almost like it's trying to think about a boulder that you push downhill and it gets all this momentum. That's what we were seeing in the last 2 years. Now it's starting to go back uphill, and it's losing that momentum, mainly because there's just not enough homes for sale. And so if you're a homeowner and you want to take advantage of this market, reach out to us. We can get you taken care of. I've probably rambled enough about numbers, but if y'all have any specific questions, reach out. If you're seeing this on Facebook, either hit that comment button and leave a question. You can also PM me, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. If you're seeing this on YouTube, drop a comment. We're happy to help as well. And if you get this in your email, and you have a question, hit that reply button and we will respond to your email, and I'm more than happy to even schedule a call with y'all to let you know what this looks like for your specific scenario. So until next time, I appreciate y'all checking this out, looking at the numbers with me here, and we will talk with you soon. Thank you so much.